What's up guys, Hades here. So there is a new legendary skill. I'm going to break it down, talk about all its details, where it's good, where it's not good, where the whales are using it, and kind of give you my insight if I think it's worth it or not. So this skill is for melee attackers and range attackers. It reduces magical damage taken by 20% at max rank. Every 6 seconds after battle, deal physical damage to all enemies at 300% at max rate. When blessed with light blessing, gain an additional 30% crit rate. Now I cannot figure out what exactly a light blessing is. There's no text in the game that is a light blessing, so we'll have to get more details on that on another video if I can get some support from the VIPs. But we're gonna talk about how good it is without the crit, and I'll say what it, if it's what I think it is, how it will be with the crit. Now, ignoring the crit here, 20% reduced magical damage on your carry is very good situationally. And the keyword here is situationally. If you're fighting an Alex, an Ares, a Medusa, a Khan, Apollo, this is not the greatest skill. A big portion of its power is put into not dying to mages, right? However, 300% every 6 seconds guaranteed no chance is quite decent. Now, we have a ton of data in the Throne Supreme. If you guys don't look through the reports here, I highly recommend it. You can learn so much. One of my favorite things to do is look through reports and understand how battles work. It's how I'm so good at building teams in IB League. And I'm trying to teach you guys all the details that come with that. Now, I already went through JM's team. I'm going to go through Mocha's team. He has a few interesting matches where he actually uses his Apollo with Arcane Hunter. Now, a lot of these guys do have Apollo with Arcane Hunter. And we're going to go through some stats just so you can see what it's doing and how effective it is. So when I go through the stats, his Corona Godstrike, which is his ultimate, landed 1 time. I know that because it hit 4 times. Means his ultimate did 36 million damage, which was 61% of the damage. His Arcane Hunter procced 3 times, right? 4, 4, and a 2. It probably finished him off at the end. Crit every single time and did 30% of the total damage. So pretty good. And the fight ended on 23 seconds. We know that because, you know, 1 ultimate pretty much gone. And then another report. And here's the thing. Corona Godstrike does all the damage. Right, pretty much all the damage here, 95%. He also did consider that Coercive and Energy Mastery are both boosting his ultimate, which is the highest number in the game. So this is kind of just a supplementary, get some chip damage down while you wait for your ultimate type of skill. In matches like this where you're fighting the 3rd or 4th team, it's not going to matter, right? Let's look at some more details. It's hard to find reports. There's only a couple because he always puts it in the back. And if you can't get to the back, if you're not strong enough to get there, because he does have a Medusa team, right? So these aren't the mains, but we're looking at like how the 2nd, 3rds kind of interact with each other, because this is a very strong team as it has 9 tails. It is side assisting and it's got multiple legendary skills on the carry, right? So they both have it, and we can see who did more. Arcane Hunter went 2 times, and on the winning side, it went a few times, but the ultimate was the main carry here, right? Again, 90% plus damage, which is quite a bit. And then against the 4th team, even faster win. Again, 85% damage. 8 mil is pretty decent. That early chip is pretty cool. But I want to show you what it looks like, right? This is, you know, these are pretty much the exact same team. Tank and tank, tank and tank, support and Apollo, right? So let's look at what happens. In these matches, it's pretty much just whoever ults first wins. We've known this for a long time. And if you crit and if you don't one-shot the backline, then that also matters, right? So the whales have to balance what skills they need on the main team and what's the best way to get, right? So he just one-shot him. what skills you can remain for the second and third and fourth and still be useful, right? But as soon as it's one shot, game over. Corona Strike is doing the vast majority of the damage, and this new skill is very meh, right? Because also consider this, Apollo versus Apollo, do we get any value out of the magic resistance? No, we get nothing. And most of the time you get nothing. Here, nothing. Most carries, there's Poseidon, Wukong, Alex, Ares, Medusa, Khan, Apollo, all meta. The only two meta mages are Loki and Himiko. And if it's not a Loki or Himiko, you're losing a ton of value because they're the only ones that actually do magical damage. And so yeah, my final thoughts kind of on this skill is it's pretty good, but it's not a rush. It's kind of a, I have everything, I might as well also have this. Now don't get me wrong, it is a powerful skill, and when I do find out exactly what Light Blessing is, I believe it's some sort of healing, or it could be based off of the potentially the Light Dragon, the Holy Dragon. But I want to confirm, I don't want to give any false information. Even disregarding that, it is good. However, there are more fundamental skills. Fountain of Life, fundamental. Life Protection, fundamental. Depending on what kind of team you're building, you might need Fully Prepared, Eternal Battle Lust, Infinite Firepower, Energy Mastery, right? I've gone through these in a lot of different videos. They're very important. Without them, your team does fall apart. And of course, Divine Blessing is on most whale teams as well. So, not a rush. It is good, but not something you should be, pursuing right away. Also, the metas are going to develop, and I'll keep you updated. They recommend it on Alex, right? It can technically go on the carries, like Alex and Ares and Poseidon and Wukong. So maybe they'll switch up the meta and put it there, and it might be a little better there actually, as you do want your frontliners to be a little more tanky, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.